Hey, sorry about that. OBS just crashed with no warning. I don't know what that was about. I've only got like a couple games left, so I'm just gonna keep running, okay, guys? Sorry if you're catching this behind because you didn't notice another video got put up. I am Dr. Debo. Alright, we're playing Swamp Thing right now. Wow, okay. This might not even be a very long video because there's only a couple games left, and this, when they're trash like this, I don't even want to give them the time of day, man. What are we even doing with this game? Look at this punch. It's like 2 fucking pixels in front of my face. Does the water hurt Swamp Thing? I was gonna say. Alright. Next, we've got the Terminator, which is insane because we played Terminator 2 already. And I think we've already played a Terminator game, so I don't even know what this is about. But it's Radical Entertainment, and the publisher is Mindscape. We've definitely already played Terminator. They must have just decided to have someone else make a go at it, I guess. Or maybe they just made Terminator 2 without the first one, and now they're making it after the fact? We're probably getting some these are probably some December 31st games. Like games they're just trying to get out the door before the year rolls over and it fucks their financial quarter up. Fight your way to Skynet base. I'm John Connors, huh? What is with this fucking booty wiggle I do before I jump? Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are definitely some games that were like, the publisher knew they were terrible, and they wanted to make sure they didn't release them at the beginning of the next year. So they probably came out on the 31st or something. Like, this is not a pre-Christmas game. This is a December 31st type game. I can feel it. Barely functioning ass shit. Okay. Oh, I better pick up that egg. I bet that egg's really important. Well, I should be able to shoot diagonal up, but not regular up. I think we're good on that too, aren't we? Next, Tiny Toon Adventures, Cartoon Workshop. This is made by Novo Trade International and published by Konami. Tiny Toon Adventures, Cartoon Workshop. Sounds like some kind of weird activity thing rather than a game. But the last Tiny Toon game was good. So let's see. That was Terminator 1, for some reason, made after Terminator 2. Because they're just trying the barest minimum to get some extra money out of it, I guess. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. All right, so what is this? So, a cartoon workshop. Oh, is this like the Sega thing where you can just put down like animated stickers and stuff in an environment? Is that what this is? Okay, Buster Bunny. What are you doing, Buster? Yep, that's exactly what this is. And then he's gonna like do a little thing. We can select a scene. Oops. Select words. Why me? Don't forget the sound. Okay. Show me. What a classic. What a classic, right? All right, that's what that is. It's just one of those little activity things. Wow, we really I really wish the video hadn't got cut off because we're gonna have like 10 minutes of content to just on the separate video. Whatever. The last game is the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, which is Chris Gray Enterprises and Jaleco, and published by Jaleco. Here's the last game of 1992. Young. Just like James Bond Jr. It's the same font. Well, hello there. I'm Indiana Jones, and I have a few stories to tell you. When I was a young man, I traveled to Mexico on what I thought was a vacation. This was during the Mexican Civil War, yeah? At the same time, the Mexico outlawed General Pancho Villa, along with his loyal Villistas troops, were waging a war against the Americanos and the Federales. They said their cause was for justice and equality among all Mexicans. Well, have you decided to join my revolution? Villa, you scoundrel, we will never join your cause. You only want power for yourself. You don't really care what happens to the rest of us. Then stay here until you rot. Okay. Wow. It's also bright yellow immediately. This is Castlevania. But it's very much like James Bond Jr. Except the movement's way better. It's an old man indie telling us a story. A knife. Wait, was that a time stop? It was. I gained the ability to stop time. This really is just a Castlevania game. I don't know where my health is, though. Yeah, you lose your weapon once you get hit, which is a stupid mechanic. I think just anything that would kill a person just kills them. Either you have a weapon and it absorbs a hit, or you die. Not a smart choice for a faster running Castlevania style game. So, okay. All right, let's go put in my impressions here. One second. All right. The Blues Brothers. This was pretty bad. I'll give it a 2. Contra Force gets a 1. Unplayable. Krusty's Funhouse gets a 1. It's not that bad. It's just below. Captain Tsubasa, I'm going to give a 4. Yeah. That WrestleMania game, I'll give a 1. Crashing the Boys, I'm going to give... That was probably my favorite game today, actually. Dragon Warrior 4, I'll give a 4. Felix the Cat, I'll give a 4. Gargoyle's Quest, I'll give a 4. You know what? I'm going to give Tsubasa a 5. That was actually legitimately a very cool game. Ghost Lion, give it a 3. Home Alone 2 gets a 2. Panic Restaurant gets a 3. Power Blade 2 gets a 3. Spider-Man gets a 1. Stanley, 2. Goal gets a 2. Nah, it was just a 3. James Bond Jr., I'll give a 3. Whoops. Lemmings, I'll give a 3. Yeah. Little Samson, I'll give a 4. Prince of Persia, I'll give a 3. I don't think it's that great. Basketball, just a 3. Widget, it's a 2. Not a 21. Rocky and Bullwinkle, that's a 1. Best of the Best Championship Karate, underwhelming, gets a 2. Caesar's Palace gets a 2. Stealth Fighter gets a 2. George Foreman gets a 2. Great Wall District gets a 2. The Jetsons gets a 2. Joe and Mac was a 2. Mega Man 5, hell yeah. RC Pro-Am 2 gets a 2. Simpsons, that's another 1 Simpsons game. Swamp Thing is a 1. Terminator is a 1. The Tiny Toons thing isn't really a game per se. I'll just give it a 2. And I'll give Indiana Jones a 2. Yeah, like the Toxic Crusaders, same problem. So there were some better games today. There were some nice 5s and 4s in today's list. But there were a lot of chunkers too. Not like the worst games ever. I don't know, that Spider-Man game was pretty fucking bad. Anyway, that ends 1992. That means we have 1993 and 1994 left. There are not enough games in 1994 for its own stream, so consider the next 2 streams 93 and 94 in terms of how they're going to be titled. So the next one, we're going to be looking at things like Batman Returns, which is Konami. Bomberman 2. There's an Alien 3 movie. There's a Mickey game. A sequel to Casino Kid. That's kind of interesting. More Tiny Toons games. Kirby's Adventure, HAL Laboratory, May 1993. So there's Kirby. Battletoads and Double Dragon. DuckTales 2. Oh my god, a Cool World game that by Ocean Software. That cannot be good. As much as I like Ralph Bakshi, there's no way that can be good. There's a Final Fight game by Capcom, Bubble Bobble 2. There's going to be a lot in the next episode, it looks like. A lot of games that they're just trying to, get out before the NES is toast. And some of them might be good. Anywho, hope everyone enjoyed today's episode. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. Until then, have a good one.